D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I wanted to do this video. I wanted to read this article. Well, I had read this article and I wanted to talk about it a little bit because I thought it was really interesting. Apologies, I just needed some coffee because it's early. So I had saved this article and it was in my phone. So I was just like, ooh, I want to do this video. So this comes from Bounding Into Comics. And the headline is Bob Chapek denies Disney has become too woke. The company survived for 100 years by catering to its audience, and it's going to thrive the next 100 by doing the same. And I thought that was interesting. And I was just like, you know what? Let me just read this and see what's going down. And then I wanted to discuss it with you guys. So it says, despite the numerous various ever-growing and near unending examples to the contrary, Disney CEO Bob Chapek has rejected the notions that the House of Mouse has become too woke, instead arguing that the company's recent slate of political and creative decisions are simply a result of their following the same long-term key for success they always have, catering to our audience, which I have thoughts on that, which give me 2 seconds. Let's read just a little bit more because it talks about him being on a podcast. And I want to talk about that when we get to that part of the article. So it says, the ever divisive CEO shared his opinion on the matter during a recent appearance on the Wall Street Journal's Money, Business, and Power-centric podcast, The Journal. There he is. That's Bob Chapek. And says, asked by the Wall Street Journal's editor-in-chief, Matt Murray, if he believes the people who say Disney has become too politically correct are either right or have a point, Chapek replied, I think the more complex something is, the more you have to really drill down into the basics. I mean, that's true. We want our content to reflect the rich, diverse world that we live in, he explained. Again, I guess what's another way of saying catering to your audience. I mean, and I just hold on, let me read this one and then I will discuss. I think it's a little bit more before. Okay. But the world is a rich, diverse place, and we want our content to reflect that. And we're so blessed to have the greatest content creators, and they see it similarly, the CEO continued. But I think that's good from a commercial standpoint as well, because when you appeal to the largest possible audience, and certainly we live in a world now where everything seems to be polarized. Now, I just want to say, first off, you need to cater to your audience. That's 100% true. But I think Disney's audience is families. I think, listen, I get it if you're an adult and you love Disney and everything, but I buy a lot of Disney crap, okay? And it's not for me, okay? I buy a lot of Disney crap for my children. My daughter loves the Disney princesses. I'm buying figurines and dolls up the wazoo and dresses and stuff for her. And then my son, he likes, like Buzz Lightyear and the superheroes and all that stuff. So I'm buying crap left and right as far as Disney goes. So I think that catering to the family is not a bad idea. Now, as far as diverse goes, absolutely. I mean, like, come on, I'm a white guy, my kids are white. So we're not the only ones, in this world. So I do think that you should cater to, your diverse crowd. And when he says everything seems polarized, well, we have to be honest. Bob Chapek has made some bad decisions when it comes to Disney, some really bad decisions. First off, he's cheap, according to everybody, which, I mean, I don't know. I don't go to those parks. I'm too poor for that, because he mentioned rich and I was like, what is he talking about, rich? But because I know he ain't talking about me. But he makes things polarizing. He gets way too political. We all know the Florida incident and everything, and he put Disney in a pretty alarming spot by doing that. And it's just because he catered to an audience that does not give a rip about Disney. I'll tell you that right now. Now let's read the rest of this and then I'll continue with my thoughts. Okay. To this end, he asserted, I think we want Disney to stand for bringing people together, and I think we'll do that by diverse stories and diverse characters. I mean, that may be true, but you are not bringing people together when you do stuff like with the whole Florida situation where you picked a side and I go, don't pick a side. Stay out of it. Okay. Do what you've always been doing. Give money to both sides and then just move on with your life, dude. And then you did the same thing when you fired Gina Carano, who I think is fantastic, but you fired her and you've chosen sides with that kind of stuff. So you're making it, you're making it, polarizing, not everybody else. Murray then specifically inquired of Chapek what he thought your role as CEO of this gigantic company is. Why do they do that? Gigantic companies very specifically on that storytelling front, particularly as it related to his role in shaping the messaging of Disney's productions. Do you have views about what you should be doing there? Pressed the WSJ head. Do you meet with the creators and do you get to express your opinions? Yeah, said Chapek. We talk about shaping our content a lot, and some of the push/pull of all these different forces. But in the end, we have to follow our North Star, which again is storytelling, catering to the audiences that actually love Disney and our audiences that love Disney. I mean, yeah. But I mean, you have to ask yourself about the things that people do love that love Disney, which they put this picture of Moses Ingram on here. We're going to get to this in just a second. So to be clear, you don't think Disney is too woke? Murray then asked, seeing one last clarification on the topic. I think Disney is a company that survived for 100 years by catering to its audience, families, and it's going to thrive the next 100 years by catering to its audience, affirmed Chapek in turn. I mean, yes, but you're not really doing that. And I just want to real quick clarify. My question is Disney going too woke? By the way, how I clarify woke, okay? Because I know a lot of people online, as soon as you say the word woke, and I'm not bringing it up in terms of bringing it up to bring it up. I'm bringing it up because this article asked the question. And usually I don't use the term woke because it's just gotten out of hand now. But I just want to say my definition, because people are like, well, how would you define woke? So my definition is, and I've adopted this, I don't remember where I saw it from, is a state of awareness only achieved by those dumb enough to find injustice in everything except their own behavior. I don't remember where I heard that from or saw it, but I've adopted it as mine, and I'm like, we're going with it. Okay, so of course, the topic broached, Murray took the opportunity to then ask the Disney CEO what lessons he had learned from involving the company in now infamous legislative battle surrounding Florida's parental rights in education law, which he shouldn't have got involved in. It was a dumb freaking move. He listened to these idiots on the internet, and I'm just like, why would you do that? Why would you, the CEO of a large company, listen to some asshole in, I don't know, Connecticut? Like, who cares? Okay, moving on. So he said, I think the lesson that we probably always knew, which is that Disney is all about the cast members, as we call them. Chapek, open? I don't know. If you think about the nature of why people have great Disney memories, remember, the end benefit is magical memories that last a lifetime. Not from what it sounds like now. It sounds like everything's really cheap. And your cast members hate you. Your cast members. The reason they have those, yeah, it's about the castle, and yeah, it's about the great attractions, or they really, this sounds a lot like he's talking about families and like little kids and stuff. Anyways, really enjoyed that Cheerio on Main Street, or Cheerio. I don't, how do you say that? Those little things. Anyways, on Main Street. But really, what they remember more than anything is the guest/cast interactions. He told Murray. So if that's the secret sauce for making those magical memories, and we're all about the guests and the audience maximizing their experience, then you have to make sure that the cast is at the center of everything you do. But I mean, like, he's talking about cast members at the theme parks. Most people are talking about stuff that they see on Disney Plus, stuff that they see in the movie theaters, stuff that they see on TV. They're not talking about the theme parks overall, because I mean, I'm sorry, like, me personally, I'm not going to any of the Disney theme parks anytime soon. I mean, yeah, I plan on taking my kids when they're older, because we're only going to be able to afford it to go once. So, I mean, and from what I've been reading online, people are getting upset at the parks. So, I mean, I don't know what he's talking about with their experience, because it sounds like the cast members have had enough too. And they have a problem with paying their cast members. I mean, from what I don't know how true this is anymore, but some of them have talked about how they have to live in their car because they don't make enough at the Disney theme park. So, I mean, Chapek can suck it. Okay. Anyway, so reading between the lines, you misjudged how the employees would react with your initial stance on out the gate, and you had to get that right because that was a challenge. Their reaction to your original stance of not speaking out on the bill, asked Murray. Abruptly interjecting, Chapek posited, what I would say is that we were reminded through the passion of our cast react, but he's talking about the people in California. The cast members in Florida did not have a problem with this bill. Okay. All right. Moving. What I would say is that we were reminded through the passion of our cast reaction on how important their statements are on these issues in terms of making them feel that they were part of the Walt Disney Company and could relate to the products that the Walt Disney Company puts out. I mean, okay, whatever. Bob Chapek is annoying. Okay. Drawing their discussion of Disney's wokeness to an end, Murray ultimately wondered if the CEO would have any advice for anyone dealing with similar controversy. Stick to your values. I don't think Chapek has any values, but okay. The CEO ultimately concluded, stick to your North Star. Simply the cacophony of voices out there. Sorry, cacophony of voices out there, and do what you think is right. I mean, but I don't know, man. Didn't he like pull back on that stuff? Disney's next major release, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, is due in theaters on November 11th, 2022. I don't know why they put that in there. Okay, I mean, thank you. So I would say this is the thing. In my personal opinion, do I think Disney has gone too woke? That I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what too woke is. I think that they do some things just because, I think that, for instance, I think that when they hire a person of color to play a traditionally white character, sometimes I go, you didn't hire that person because they were the best person for the job. You just hired that person to hire that person for their skin color. And sometimes it works out, and then sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just sucks. And we need to be honest about that. But in terms of too woke, that I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. But I'm willing to, I still have Disney Plus, and I'm willing to keep with it. But if it ever goes too woke, I'll bail. Simply. They won't get my money. And I'll tell you right now, once I leave something, I leave it forever. Look, I mean, Star Wars, as soon as Disney got a hold of it and they ruined it, I haven't bought anything since. They've never got my money for that stuff. So, and they won't get it. And I just want to say, and I'm not opposed to certain things that Disney's done. For instance, in Buzz Lightyear, you've got a lesbian relationship. Now, I didn't go see it in theaters because my kids, even my son who loves Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story, they really didn't show an interest in it. So I was like, I'm not going to take them to the movie theater because that cost a fortune. And just for a movie that my kids are not showing me that they're interested in. Now, we did watch it on Disney Plus. Now, the lesbian relationship, I don't mind my kids seeing that, and neither does my wife, because lesbians exist in real life. So it's like they're gonna see that when we go to the store. So I don't care if they see it on a TV screen. Um, so yeah, that's my whole thing. So I don't think having a lesbian relationship in a movie is too woke. But I do think that any political stance and them just reinforcing that part I have a problem with. These cartoons don't need to be politicized, and I don't like that. Yeah, that's all I got for you there. Like I said, I don't know if Disney's gone too woke, but they've definitely got a little bit of woke sprinkling in there. We have to be honest with ourselves. And if we're not, then you don't know yourself well enough. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. And sometimes truths are hard. Okay, that's all I got for you guys. I find this stuff very interesting. I don't know if you guys even care about this kind of stuff, but I would just say, Chapek, stay out of political stuff because you're not good at it. In fact, you really suck at it. But yeah. All right, you guys, tell me what you guys think about this. Do you think Disney is too woke? Do you think they're not woke enough? Tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next video. You guys have a good day. Bye.